Hello, my name is Melly. I will interview Eric where we learn about how the pandemic has affected his career.
Thank you, Melly. It is my pleasure to be a part of your interview.
What is your name and how old are you?
My name is Eric Verde, and I am 24 years old.
Where are you from and where did you study?
I am from Los Angeles, California, and I study at California State University, Northridge.
What do you do for a living?
I am a software engineer.
How has that pandemic affected your work and career?
So, to be honest, the pandemic has affected my career and, in general, the computer science field positively. Starting March of 2020, so the last year, my employer asked all the engineers to work from home. So since then, I've been working from home, and it's almost going to be a year, and it's been great. it's it's been it's been really neat to work in an environment that I'm comfortable in, and it's good to know that you can still get the same work done being at your actual in the actual office. So it's been good, and yeah.
We don't know how long the pandemic will last. Do you think you're an engineer around the world job is safe?
Yes, 100%. I think my job will be safe because when you think about technology, technology is always advancing. There's always new features of programs. There's always everything is always moving forward and advancing. So programmers, they're always going to be on demand. And technology, like I mentioned, it's growing. So there's always going to be jobs for engineers. Um, so I do think that engineers around the world, your job is safe. Unlike uh, private family business owners, they're affected because there's policies that make your company have to shut down. But as far as engineering, I think it's a field that it's always going to keep growing, and there's always going to be on demand for that.
Show us a little of what you do.
Okay, so this is my setup for home. So, as I mentioned that during the pandemic, I am working remotely. So right now I am in El Salvador, and I am working from here. And so this is my setup. This is my work laptop. This is an external monitor, and this is an iPad so I can perform tests. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of the programs that I use day to day. So the first one that I use most of the time is for communicating with other engineers is Microsoft Teams. I think you guys are familiar with Microsoft Teams because this is the program that you guys use to communicate with professors and other students. So this is the same one that we use at my job. And it works perfect because you have chat, you have video calls, and you can have multiple people in a video conference. So this is what we use day to day. So what do I do when I'm not in meetings? I write code. So as a software engineer, you have to write code for websites, for applications, for software, anything that has to do with like applications with phones, servers, computers. Most of the time it's code, so that's what I do. Here, as you can see, I write thousands of lines of code, and their purpose is to perform a task. And so let's say when I'm done writing my code and I need to perform some tests, this is what I have the tablet for. So right here, I would start up the application, do the necessary tests that I need to run, and make sure that my code is running good. If there's some bugs and it's not performing as it's supposed to, then I go back to the code and make edits. What do we use for emailing systems? So we use Outlook, as you can see here. Outlook, Microsoft 365. This is what we use as our for emails, to send emails to each other across the company. Um, And the programs that I use to code is Visual Studio Code. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview and you guys learned about a little bit about the technology field. Thank you.
Thank you.